Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever I'm finding you today, and welcome back to my channel. Now today, we're doing something a little bit different. We're looking at another subreddit called Am I Overreacting? It's something that I've seen a lot of other content creators do, and I've wanted to try myself. So without further ado, let's get into the first story. Am I overreacting with my disappointment regarding the cake I ordered from a local bakery? This one is short and sweet to warm up and get into the swing of the subreddit. It cost me double compared to the regular cake I usually order for birthdays. I mean, it's not bad, just why did I pay you all this money for? Would I be overreacting to leave a 2-star review? Okay, I will put up a picture of the cake. It's cute, but it does look like you're not overreacting. You're not overreacting. It's cute. It's cake. You're gonna eat it anyway, but you're not overreacting. Just maybe a 3-star, just not 2-star. Don't damage a business, especially if they've given you good cakes before. I don't know. I'm a nice person. I don't want to give bad reviews where they're not needed, but this is silly. It's cute though. I'd still eat the cake. I like the flowers. I like the details. It's very, very cute. I could compare it to the original as well if you like. I can put up another picture and you can see it's very, very cute. I do love it. But I don't think you're overreacting. Again, a very short and sweet one. Not overreacting. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? Am I overreacting? Upset I fell asleep? ? Okay, this one's labeled relationship, so you know we're gonna be getting into it. I started talking to a woman about 4 days ago, and things have been pretty great, save for one thing. I personally feel relationships are meant to be an addition to normal lives. Yeah, I understand. You got your normal life, and then you've got your significant other's life, which should typically meld perfectly in. I respond in completely normal time frames, hour at most, save for work or school reasons and/or sleep. Yeah, that's completely normal. You don't need to be tied to your phone 24/7 and replying immediately. It's nice, but it's also impossible. I don't like when people say it's desperate. It's just, be realistic. It's impossible to reply straight away to everybody. You will get your reply when you get it. And I've explained to this woman as well. I thought it was an understood thing. Until I fell asleep last night pretty early, 9:30-ish. That is early for... It does not say the age. Okay. So 9:30 could be early if you are my age frame. I got 8 messages, some of which were audio explaining that she was upset I fell asleep. Has she been in a bad relationship before where she was purposefully ignored as punishment? Now, it did seem to be in a joking tone, but given the fact we've only known each other 4 days, yes, I forgot, 4 days you've known this person, and due to some stuff I've had happened in my past, I was a little put off. Okay, so you've had some stuff go on. And I explained that to her. I explained that it was a little overwhelming to receive messages like that, even if they were a joke, because I've been treated like that in a non-joking tone before. Okay, well done for putting up your boundaries and explaining your boundaries quite quickly, actually. 4 days in and you've told her your boundary. This is a good example. You can hear my cats playing in the background. And this was not a great time. I do apologize for my cats. Now, she seems to be shutting down, saying that she knows she's a lot and will try to do better. Did I overreact and go balls to the wall over something small, or am I correct in explaining? No, darling, explaining boundaries is how you make progress in a relationship. Relationships are built on boundaries, trust, and respect, and of course, loyalty and stuff like that. If you don't put up your boundaries, how can they respect your boundaries? How can they remain loyal to your boundaries and you to theirs? TLDR, too long didn't read. woman I'm talking to made a joke about how upset she was when I fell asleep with a whole bunch of messages. I felt overwhelmed due to the newness of our relationship, of our conversation. She seems to have taken it as anger rather than explanation. Okay, the only way I can see this as understandable is if she's been in a bad relationship before. You explained you have, so I say this could be a great conversation topic for, like, you two to grow and learn, because if she's also been in a bad relationship, you'll understand. But if she's not, then this is a little bit overbearing and kind of, it turns you off when someone is very, very, very clingy. But communication is the best thing to do in these situations. There is screenshots provided of the conversation. Yes, there's a lot of voice messages. Did you fall asleep already? If you fell asleep, I'm gonna be so... And then it trails off. Rah, rah. Are they British? Well, good night, angry emoji. You old fart. I think they are British. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, please, please. I'm so sorry I keep double texting you, even though I know, see more. Then if you're also like, oh, I don't really care, I'll be like, see more. Those are the voice messages. Oh, I was kind of joking, but I understand, I'll dial it back. That was the girlfriend. This is, I'll provide the screenshot so you can see as I'm reading them. This is OP. It's just I've had a relationship where I was genuinely judged for it, and I got verbally told I was a piece of shit and not interesting and shit like that, so I just want to make sure it wasn't happening. Not that I think you would, you know. And back to the girlfriend. You don't need to explain anything to me, it's okay. This is a little bit hypocritical, like, you don't need to explain, it's okay, but the messages before, she was like, oh, explain yourself, what's happened, are you asleep, explain, tell me everything. This is a little bit condescending in a way. OP, yeah, well, still, I don't want you to feel like crap or anything, it's genuinely not an impression of you. Okay, so he's being quite nice. It's okay, I know it can be overwhelming. Okay, this is giving slight, like, oh no, I'm sorry, I know I messed up, but feel bad for me because I said sorry. Looks up with little puppy eyes. Ooh. It's giving that. Like when you say sorry. No, when someone says sorry and you say it's okay, and they're like, oh, good, yes, got that off. Here's a tip. If someone's not sorry, say thank you. And they will show you if they really are sorry or not. If they're not sorry, they'll double down on their apology. If they are sorry, you've got closure. Always reply with thank you. Especially if the apology is supposed to mean something. Like if it's a silly apology, like, oh, you bumped me on the bus, like, yeah, that's silly, it's fine. People, make mistakes. But if they've taken something or broke something and they say I'm sorry, say thank you. And that gives them closure. And again, if they double down, they never meant the apology. It was just to clear their conscience. That is something I've used, and it's something I would recommend for all of you to use, especially if you are unsure if the person actually means it. Continuing on, OP goes on to say in the text, okay, no, it's not you, that's overwhelming. It's the man, I'll be upset if you fall asleep. That's overwhelming. All I'm asking is that maybe you hold off until I can tell you're joking. Yeah, that's a little bit weird. I'll be upset if you fell asleep. Wait, some people just fall asleep. I fall asleep when I get too warm. Like I said, I do enjoy your personality, and I want to get to know you, and I didn't like that aspect of it. Sometimes there are some parts of someone's person that you can be very much turned off of, to the point that you can't really look at them the same way. It's not yourself that's overwhelming, it's reading that, even if it's a joke, so early on, because it reminds me of someone who did that to me unironically with no humour involved. And the girl goes, I understand, I'll try to do better. Okay, that should be the only follow-up. I understand, I'll try to do better. Not making excuses or, oh no, woe is me, pity me. Just accept it and work on it. That's okay to anybody if you are being given constructive criticism, yes, apologize like you mean it and accept it, and then work on it. And don't never play the victim, because it's the most annoying thing you can do, and it's also like kind of gaslighty because you want them to feel bad that you feel bad. It's not good, and it does make you out to be the one in the wrong. So it's good that she ended with, I'll try to do better. Hopefully she will do better, because this is extreme. Like, getting upset that someone fell asleep, especially since it was in the evening. Like, surely at 9:30 you could be like, he's not responding, he probably fell asleep. I've been with people who've stopped texting before, and I'm like, yeah, they've definitely fallen asleep. It's very obvious as well, because sometimes, like, if you're texting them, their text will become a bit delayed, or they'll make more spelling errors. You can always tell when someone's like getting sleepy over the phone. I just don't know how she couldn't really tell. Anyway, they're not overreacting. This is an early relationship, so there's definitely room for communication and learning and growing. And that's my opinion. Accept, learn, grow. The end. Moving on. Am I overreacting? My 31... Sorry. My cat's growling at someone. Am I overreacting? My 31 girlfriend, financially irresponsible. This is 100% someone who's overreacting because they have grammatical errors. I'm reading it off the screen as AIO, my 31GF, financially irresponsible, ? It's, that's exactly how he wrote it. The bad grammar is catching on. Hey, y'all, I'll keep it as quick as possible. Good start. I'm 34 male, my GF is 31 female. Been together for about... No, there's not even a 4. Yeah, they're overreacting 100. I don't know if you've seen my other videos, but if you have noticed a pattern, the people who have the most grammatical errors are the ones who are the a-hole. I don't mean to discriminate because, dyslexia, learning difficulties, some people don't even have access to a proper education, but the ones who shorten words and miss words and don't use punctuation, they're most likely to be the a-hole or overreacting, and it's just something I've noticed. This is not discriminating anybody who has dyslexia or any learning difficulty. You all try your hardest, and I have so much respect for you. Been together about 2 years. I'm going to try and read it exactly as he wrote it. I'm fully independent and live on my own. Cars, bills, student loans, etc. Real world adult shit. About 4K in bills monthly, and the little I have left I like to save or invest. If you didn't understand that, because there's not much grammar going on in the background, he's just saying that he's good with money, in his opinion. However, my GF lives as in with, her parents, only child, never moved out, didn't dorm in college, etc. This person is very judgmental, and as of recording, it was posted 2 hours ago, so this guy is judging this woman in today's economy. He's judging this woman in today's economy. The economy where people are choosing between bills, rent, or food, and he's judging this woman for using her brain and making the smart decision of staying with her parents a bit longer. Has that sank in? Okay. She has slept in her childhood bedroom her whole life. He used etc. again. I don't think this guy knows what that means. She works remotely, so she does work. Why is he's making her out to be someone who's living off mummy and daddy, with no aspirations and no job and no future. But she's got a job. And he also says, gets paid decently. Girly wigs. she's earning her living. And, like, even if she wasn't, she's probably helping out her parents look after the house. If her parents are working, she's probably doing, like, maid duties, like, you know, cleaning the house, looking after any pets. As long as, if you're living, like, he says pays no rent to her parents. If you're living rent-free with your parents, do your bit. Like, if your parents are still looking after you because you can't afford to move out, which is completely valid, everywhere's expensive, like, everything is too expensive. Just earn your way to be still living there. Like, you know, do the housework, make them a meal every now and then. Do their shopping for them. Just earn your living. Anyway, she works remotely, gets paid decently, has no car, pays no rent to her parents, no utilities, etc. Again with the etc. Essentially lives a free life like a 16-year-old. Okay, so in your words, she's 16, so why are you dating her? This guy. There's nothing wrong with not having a car. Do you know to have a car, you have to, like, actually buy the car, pay for the insurance. You know, you've got to do driving lessons, you've got to do your theory, you've got to do your practical, you've got to pay for 100 hours of driving. It's not cheap. I've done driving lessons, and it's not cheap, darling. My tattoos are cheaper than my driving lessons. And not just that, you've got to get your car serviced. If you can't wash it yourself, like, you've got to get, like, it washed at a car wash. There's, like, fuel. If anything happens to the car, you've got to get it repaired. You know, a lot goes into a car. Just calm down, my guy. And also, how does he know she's not paying utilities? Doesn't have her own phone plan, car insurance. She doesn't have a car, so clearly she doesn't have car insurance. This guy. Free gas, heat, electricity, Wi-Fi, etc., etc., etc. He loves ETC. Eats parents' food. Has he ever stepped back for a second and thought maybe she's actually contributing to the house in another way? Maybe she's cleaning the house. Maybe she's cooking the food. Maybe she's looking after any potential pets. Maybe she actually does buy stuff. Maybe she does the grocery shopping. She works from home. Like, she works remotely. Yeah, she works from home, so maybe she actually does the housework. Like, this guy is very, very, very shallow. Like, we're not back in, like, the 90s where everybody was the same. Like, people can work from home now. Also, everything's expensive. Like, unless there is a miracle, you're going to be stuck at home for a while. Also, another thing I thought of. What if the parents aren't charging her because they want her to save enough to buy a house, not rent? What if the parents are helping her save the money to put a deposit on a house? There's something to think about. Lately, I've been losing patience and getting short with her generally. Why? What has she done? When we're together, she constantly wants to eat out or order in, always spends big money at Chipotle or Chick-fil-A at Starbucks. Big money? A Starbucks coffee is like £5. She spends a few hundred a week on restaurants and food alone, so she doesn't eat her parents' food. She eats her own food that she pays for, so you've just contradicted yourself. Now she's eyeing a big, fancy European vacation this summer worth $5,000. Ooh, she does make money. All while living at home for free with no bill. He's mad. He's mad. I'm sorry that her parents love her and let her stay somewhere without having to fend for herself. And I'm sorry that she works and earns a living. But y'all can't get mad, okay? She earns money that she works for. Her parents love her and chose not to charge rent. Also, you contradicted yourself, OP. You said she eats all her parents' food, whilst then saying in the next paragraph, she spends a few hundred per week on restaurants and food. So, which is it? She buys her own or she eats her parents' food? Not her parents. She doesn't eat her parents, oh no. I've been saying no to eating out and wasting money, etc. It's not your opinion, it's not your money. I've been preferring to cook in an attempt to save my money. Yes, your money, not hers. I'm saving for a house, new car, etc., etc. again. Yet, she doesn't seem to appreciate where I am in my financial journey / life stage. Well, I'm sorry, but it's not your money. It's her money, not yours. She has the life experience of a 17-year-old with a full-time. Why are you dating her then? If you think she is a teenager, let me rewind. If you think she's a minor, why are you dating her? Why are you dating someone you consider a minor? Like, I'm sorry, but Kendrick Lamar said it better. You're trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor. This isn't am I the asshole? This is am I overreacting? Not only are you the asshole to your partner, but you're also in the wrong sub. Am I overreacting? For starting to lose my patience with her spending habits and carefree naive freeloader attitude. You are the devil. You are the worst, okay? You're trying to control someone's life who doesn't even live with you. You're trying to control someone's financial well-being without even living with them. You're also calling them a freeloader. I'm sorry. Freeloading where? She pays for her own food, she earns her own money. I had a freeloader live with me once, okay? And that person didn't work. That person didn't pay rent. That person ate my food, okay? And now, I've mentioned in another video that I eat coloured food, like the colour red and the colour green. The rule is you do not eat the red food. The red food was always eaten. That's a freeloader. That is someone who doesn't work and just takes. And also doesn't pay rent. This woman, however, earns money. And you say she doesn't pay rent or utilities, but how do you know that she doesn't pay utilities? Are you monitoring her bank account? Also, he said she pays for her own food. Like, he corrected himself saying that she pays for her own food. So she's not freeloading because she's buying her own stuff. She's not expecting stuff for free. She has the money, she's spending it, the end. She actually had the nerve lately this guy saying she had the nerve to mock me and say in a prickly tone about how I like shopping at Target and Walmart because I'm being frugal and trying to spend money. This guy is giving misogynistic vibes. He is pissed that a woman loves to spend money and it's not his money. He's annoyed that she's spending her own money and he's all like, oh, I can't spend money. She's not spending the money that I'm providing. Oh, that's what I'm getting from this. This isn't just like overreacting. This is drama queen level, like girly wigs. I see in the comments red flags and someone saying, sounds like you are not compatible about lifestyle choices. Probably best to part ways. Yes. This girl deserves someone on her wavelength. It's okay to spend money. It's okay to earn lots of money. It's okay to live with your parents because you can't afford a house in an economy where pay does not equal inflation. That is something that needs to be talked about. I'm sorry, if I was still living with parents, I could save a lot of money. So many people are blessed to live with their parents still whilst working and earning money. And it's okay because all that money they're saving, even if contributing to the rent, it's only a portion they're contributing to. So it's like all that money you're saving can go to investing into a better, happier life. It's okay to live with your parents. It's okay to live with friends. It's okay to live with family. It's okay to spend money. It's okay to enjoy tiny things in life. It's okay to enjoy big things in life. What's not okay is trying to control someone else's money. This guy sounds jealous. This guy sounds very, very jealous over the fact that a woman, let's say, make it clear that a woman has more money than him. He is seething in anguish that a woman has more money than him and has free will. What's stopping you from indulging your savings that are going to a house? I'm sorry. Have you seen how expensive houses are? Your £5 coffee is going to do nothing for your savings, and it's very sad to say this, but it's not. Hello, my Luna's just shown up, and she's scratching my chair. I'm sure the mic is picking that up too. If you have coffee, like, every week, then there's 52 weeks in a year, like 5 times 52, I'm gonna have to just get, like, a calculator out because I'm not that smart. 5 times 52. 260. Do you think £260 is going to buy you a house? Do you think £260 is going to buy you a car? Do you think £260 is going to buy you a little bit of happiness every week that you can look forward to? Yes. I'm sorry, but that little bit of joy that you get when you have someone else prepare your coffee just right, that little bit of joy when you don't have to go out of your way to clean your coffee maker, to sort out, like, sift through the dishes, make sure you've got clean dishes, make sure, like, if you have a cafetiere, a coffee maker, or even if you're just using a kettle and instant coffee, making sure that's all prepared. And sometimes it's even subpar because instant coffee isn't good. And then coffee beans, if it's not prepared right, they can taste like kind of burnt. If they're cheap, they're not good. Having someone else prepare good quality coffee, it's good. And yes, this sounds like a personal experience because it is. I love to treat myself to a nice, like, prepared coffee because not only is it supporting, like, my local coffee shop, but it's also a lovely treat that makes me happy and brings me joy because that £5 is going to do nothing to my savings. I'm sorry, it's not. And unfortunately, that's how the world works right now. Now, if it was like £500 coffee, I'd draw the line. Maybe I'd try it once just to see if it was worth it. Spoiler, it wouldn't be. But come on, you can't expect to buy nothing and live a very miserable life because, what, you want to buy a car that's going to end up in the scrap heap when you die? I'm rambling on because I'm a child-free person. I do not want kids. So I'm of the opinion that when I leave this earth, my money has no meaning. It's going to go nowhere. So I'm going to set up in my will that money will be split between my siblings and charity. Any money that I save is going to go to my siblings and charity. But I don't have to save money because I don't have kids and I don't want kids. It's just something I'd like to do. Like, money is just something I'd like to have. This person doesn't mention having kids. If there were kids involved, I'd understand saving for, like, college, uni, their housing, stuff like that. But no, he's just insulting this woman for the sake of insulting her. I'm looking at how long it's been since I've hit record, and I think I should wrap up here before I go down an even deeper rabbit hole. Anyway, this guy's overreacting. Do not be this guy. Do buy that lovely coffee that you want. Do buy that album you've been looking at. Do buy those new shoes because your feet will thank you. Do buy that new purse. Yes, 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 buy that new t-shirt you've been eyeing up for weeks. Spoil yourself. Treat yourself. Love yourself. And I shall see you in the next video. Mwah.